Jonathan Smith. I'm the chief of the Civil Rights Division in the Office of the Maryland Attorney General. For the last several decades, there's been a growing recognition that there are many mistakes that are made in criminal prosecutions. The innocence movement, really of the last 20 years, has exonerated hundreds and thousands of people who went to prison when they should not have gone to prison. The Walter Lomax Act is a mechanism that is designed to ensure that persons who have been wrongfully convicted will be compensated for the time that they lost as a result of that wrongful conviction. It's a tool to be used to really try to create some measure of justice for people who have gone through our criminal legal system unfairly.
There's no amount of dollars, right, that fixes something like that or provides true justice, but in a way to try to give them some bit. A lot of them were happy to just get a sorry, an apology. For them to feel heard and acknowledged was a huge step for them. We're talking about individuals who not only did they do these proceedings, like they've had appeals, they had post-conviction hearings. These are decades of work that went into this. Before it was even called the Walter Lomax Act, because that wasn't the plan. He was behind it all. He was one of the exonerees that look into wrongful convictions in the state of Maryland and try to figure out a process for that. So he's always there from the beginning. He's really dedicated his life to this, and I just hold him to such a high regard because he's such a genuine human being, but his passion for change is evident. And he could have decided to pick a different life, right? He's out there trying to make the criminal justice system better for all Marylanders.
My name is Walter Lomax. I'm originally from Baltimore County up here in Maryland, but my family moved to Virginia shortly after I was born, and then moved back to Maryland in 1957. My upbringing, it was pretty much normal. Two-parent household, and even when my parents separated, I stayed with my mother, but my father remained an active part of my life, and our lives for that matter. I think the somewhat sequence of events is that two of my younger sisters wanted to attend the party. While we were there, one of the young gentlemen said something inappropriate. I stepped to him and said, "Man, that's you're out of order." And as a result of that, he invited me outside. A group of maybe 10 of them jumped on me, beat me up pretty bad, right? Stabbed me in my hand. I was taken to the hospital, had my hand addressed. The crime that I was convicted of, the night that the crime occurred, I was back at the hospital being retreated for the hand because the injury was so severe, which ultimately led to the judge to realize that I couldn't have committed the crime. With the court's decision today, I literally actually feel free after almost a half a century. At the time, I still had this naive belief in the system. You didn't do something, to straighten it out, you be good. And it took me a long time to realize that that was not going to happen. Unfortunately, it took me almost 40 years, right, to come from underneath of it. But because I was persistent and stayed, I never even considered taking a plea deal, any of that kind of stuff. I was released in 2006. Right? It took me 8 years, from 2006 to 2014, to clear my name. Right? And It took me from 2014 to 2019 to be compensated. That's 13-year span. The 3 gentlemen that was compensated along with me had only been home a matter of months. The Walter Lomax Act says that it took Walter Lomax 13 years to be compensated. It took these 3 gentlemen a matter of months to be compensated. And this is why the Walter Lomax Act is significant, because Walter Lomax was still buying food stamps up until 2019 to survive. These gentlemen was able to be set for the rest of their lives. My focus was not to have anybody have to experience what I experienced. We can create a situation where they can be timely and adequately compensated, and that was more important than me worrying about me. I could use my situation as an example, is to say, we can't let this happen again.